Good morning. I hope everybody is having a good morning. So today's prayer and focus is patience. I started this video and then the train started, so hopefully you can still hear me. Patience is one of those attributes in our virtues, attributes, skills. For me, it would be a skill that I've had to learn. Patience is one of those that is supremely difficult, I think, of all the virtues and skills and things that you learn in your life. Patience is probably one of the hardest. At least it was for me. It's for me. I get impatient. I want to hurry up and get whatever it is done, or hurry up and move through things. And when I'm tired, when I don't feel good, my patience just flies out the window. I'll use yesterday as a really good example of lack of patience. So, a long day at work. The smoke was really bad yesterday. I'm really stuffy from the smoke. My throat is raw. I do not feel good. And we had a visitor from out of town and for Rapier, and I really wanted to go, and I didn't feel good, and I really wanted to go home. So I was at war with myself, but I said, no, I'm going to go ahead and go. So I went to the store and I got myself a little snack so that at least I wouldn't be hungry and crabby. And I went and I got to do some rapier fighting, which was great, but I found that my ability to be patient with others was not there. My ability to be patient with myself was not there. And I enjoyed the fights that I had, but I ended up leaving. I think I was there maybe an hour. I left because I knew that my inability to be patient and my inability to be patient with myself and with others was going to affect everybody else's time if I stayed. So I took the better choice, and I came home and I took some time by myself, and I felt much better. Patience is one of those things that, 20 years ago, my ability to be patient in that situation would not have existed. My ability to ground and center and understand that that's what was going on would not have been there. I would have been crabby, I would have been irritable, and people around me would have been crabby and irritable because I would not have been able to maintain that in myself, and I would have just put it out on everybody around me. And you learn these things as you get older. You learn to recognize these traits in yourself and recognize that these are things you work on. I get told all the time at work, boy, you have so much patience. I really don't. I think what they're seeing as patience is compassion for others and compassion for their perspective in life, because my patience really isn't there. I am not a patient person by nature. I get impatient, I get frustrated, and I have learned to remove myself from situations that triggers that impatience. And when I get impatient, I remove myself so that I don't affect other people. Sometimes that's not possible, but I work on it. Spiritual patience And when you talk about patience within spirituality and growth and the work that comes with spiritual growth and meditation and spiritual learning, there's a great deal of repetitive work that is involved in that. Meditation is a good one. And there goes the train again. I am so sorry. I swear one just went by 4 minutes ago. I think they're doing a switch on the rails. There's a crossing like 2 blocks from my house, so they have to honk when they go by. Patience in your spiritual journey. So like meditation. Those are things you do repeatedly. And it takes years to master some of these techniques by doing them repeatedly and having patience with yourself when you fail. And I've had to learn through these things. It doesn't mean I have any more patience than I did yesterday or 20 years ago. But I have learned the benefits of repeating these things over and over and over again. The repetition of ritual, the repetition of prayer, the repetition of reading the same book 40 times and finding new information in it every single time I read it. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, I would see my dad read a book that he'd read 4 times already, and I would go, boy, it must just be a really good book. What I've learned is that, yes, it's also a good book, but there's also lessons in there. And a really good book, whether it be about spirituality or science fiction, imparts a message. And we feed our brains all the time, and it's important to conscientiously feed our brains good things, things that teach us things that open up our mind to broaden our horizons, and that teach us patience. There are books that I can't read very frequently because I remember too much of the story to read it too frequently. And there's not really a message in it. It's just entertainment. But then there are other books that I think I've probably read every year for 25 years. Because they're that good and the message is that important. And I don't need patience to read it. I just need mindfulness. I need awareness. I need intent. So today's theme is all about patience and being mindful that you know where your patience level is. It doesn't make you a bad person to have no patience with people or about situations. It just means you need to be mindful of your responses and be mindful of how that affects other people. I'm going to get the book out now, and I'll read today's. Today is Thursday, thank goodness. It's the last day of my work week, and I am exhausted. I was actually discussing with the doctor yesterday. I'm going to segue here, sorry. There are 3 people in our office right now that are all having the same symptoms. Sore throat, swollen glands, runny nose, really red eyes. My eyes feel like they're bloodshot. Extreme fatigue, having trouble breathing. All of us have it. And not all of us have biotoxin. And it all started about the same time for all of us. It's the smoke. So we're all kind of lingering in this. None of us like feel bad, like we're sick. Like it's not a virus. It's not the flu. It's not like I can go home and I can rest for a little while and be fine. It's the air I'm breathing. It's the smoke. And it's affecting all of us. And when you work in healthcare and everybody's feeling it, you know it's a big deal. And we have patients in on a pretty regular basis right now who are really struggling with the smoke. So if any of you are also having these symptoms, just know that I don't have any solutions. I don't think the doctors have any solutions except try not to overexert yourself in the smoke. I kind of probably overdid it with a little bit of fighting last night because I really wanted to, but the smoke was pretty thick. We actually got some rain yesterday, which was nice, and I think that settled some of it, but we'll see. Mysterious beauty, words cannot describe my gratitude for the coming of the light. Only the silent truth of my heart speaks and listens for your light. May your presence be my beacon this day. Keeper of my soul's progress, you have encouraged my passage through life, yet still it does not run as steady as the sun's turning. Reveal to me the track of this day's question. May the gift of giving well up in me so that generosity be no stranger to my heart. I ask for help from all my soul friends, that the deep draught of generosity may irrigate the channels of my life. Ecstasy of life, may your holy ones bestow the flame of ecstasy upon all inspirers that creativity may catch and toss the dull hearts of all who live without energy back into the dancing blazes of life. I give thanks for the gift of human vulnerability, by which I am granted insight to the souls of others. I give thanks for the experiences that have opened doors in my separate nature, especially for the experience of learning patience. I ask a blessing on all those whose lives are crippled by jealousy. May they be gifted with the freedom of giving, generous heart that allows room for others and sets souls free. Laughter of ages, may your holy ones dispense the glad gift of divine humor that humanizes all grudging hearts and brings delight to the eyes. I give thanks to the mantle of earth that has wrapped me warmly. May the whole holy beauty of the earth be discerned in every one of its landforms and features. May I ever tread softly upon you. I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope your day is filled with blessings and light. And I have to show you. Gethin has decided to be in my lap this morning. So I'm kind of pinned down. We're having a little bit of integration issue with the new kitten and Gethin. He's extremely possessive. And so we're having a little bit of problems with the integration, so they're separated still. We kind of had them in the same space there for a day or two, but it didn't go very well. So we're back to separation. We'll see how that goes. A couple more weeks will tell us whether or not he's going to accept her or not. If not, well, we'll see how this goes. He's very possessive of his parents. And at 15 pounds, he's difficult sometimes to tell no. So I hope you all have a beautiful day. It's hard to be outside right now, so I'm not even going to encourage you to be outside because it's smoky and it's nasty out there. What I do encourage you to do is take some time to reflect, be meditative in your own space, find some time to find your peace and do some meditation and reflect on your patience. I wish you well this beautiful day. Still take some time away from the computer and the phone if you can. I think it's good for everyone to do so. Disconnect. I spend a lot of time at home in quiet if I possibly can, because it feeds the soul in a way that noise and the TV and all that stuff that's going all the time cannot. Blessed be. I really do wish all of you a good day. I know that there's a lot of you that are going through stuff, and I'm praying for many of you. You are in my thoughts. Blessed be, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer.